All right. Welcome to Morning Spike. This is where all the Nerd Huddle comes together and helps you out with your fancy football, or in this case, just talk football in general. My name is St. Kramer. I'm with Martin from Dynasty Pylon and Brian from the Panda and Grizzly Show. How you guys doing?
Good. I'm good. Or not so much.
I'm dying over here.
Crack a dog.
Still waking up, bro. The fall can't come soon enough.
Well, dude, they're talking about getting rid of daylight savings altogether.
Yep.
Which
How?
means I think was it Congress was talking about it? I think it's going to pass. It looks like it's going to pass.
It's going to pass, but they did this before in the 19th century, and they ruined crops, ruined all type of things. So they ended up going back to it like 15 years later. So
Did they?
Yeah.
It's you guys need that on the East Coast. Like it's okay.
It ruined
Yeah.
people's
So-
lives. They're
yeah.
waking up and like having sun at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was terrible.
Yeah, so they would say this time would be the permanent time, so we would always be 2 hours apart rather than just an hour apart.
It would almost be as if the world just. I don't know if you guys heard of this Zulu time. You guys know what that is?
I think
No.
so.
Okay. It's this worldwide military thing that like it's the same time worldwide. When you talk about Zulu time, that is the one time that everyone refers to, and that's the one time that never changes. So it's like, oh yeah, Zulu time. Okay, all right. So that's whatever. So that would be the ultimate timeline. Now someone's gonna change. At some point, somebody, and it's chances are it's gonna stick to somewhere in the mid coast. We'll probably go up an hour. You guys will probably go down an hour or something like that, and it'll all be the same change. It really passed.
No, it didn't
I think
pass.
not yet.
Yeah.
It's probably going to though.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still in early stages. You know, like Congress and all that shit.
So
Somebody introduced a bill.
That's weird. So it's 8:22 here, right?
Something like that.
So say it does pass, and
Yes,
I end
sir.
up changing to 9:30 or 9:22, right? So you guys would end up going to, I don't know, 10,
10, 20.
10, 20.
So we'll only be like an hour apart or something like that.
So eventually, at some point, it would be like, all right, 10 o'clock is our me time here,
Yep.
Hopefully, yeah,
because this changes everything here.
yeah. The time thing.
Yeah, and then eventually, when Mark moves over there, I'm gonna be the only one on the West Coast.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, but that's
Yeah.
later. That's
And then we'll be
Hopefully,
waking up and be like,
that's
9
future
o'clock
Nerd
tonight.
Huddle problem. Let those guys deal with it.
Exactly.
That's one thing I took away from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Then Jimmy said the sun wouldn't come up until about like 8:30 a.m. I don't
It's
know.
like
I don't know.
sunrise.
So
No, in the wintertime, the sunrise
In the
would be
winter.
like 8:30. In the winter,
Yeah, that's what he's
sunrise.
saying. That'd be weird. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we have smart enough people to figure this shit out, and yet we like, it doesn't happen.
we'll be all right. Somehow manage.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
Yeah. And we got Will in chat. What's up? Hey, fellas.
Hey, Will.
According to his sundial.
There you go. And that's so.
That's
so
what we need.
I don't think it'll change for people in the. You said early 1900s, right? With the
Yeah.
sun.
It's in the 19th century.
We've evolved, man. We've evolved. These farmers are gonna wake up at their time because their stupid roosters are waking their asses up.
The roosters
So-
won't wake up though because the sunrise won't happen. So like they won't be able to get the work done like at 5 a.m. because there won't be any sun.
No, because it'll be a 10 a.m. for them.
Yeah.
Their 5 a.m. will
Yeah.
be a 10 a.m.
Like they'll still work sundown. You know.
Yeah. No, it'll
Yeah.
be all right. I'll
Yeah.
still get my crops, man. I ain't worried about
Wait.
that.
This way you're gonna see all people are picketing. No,
Nope.
I'm usually done by 2 p.m.
Well, times change, guy. Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
talk about to bigger stuff, important stuff Right. Deshaun Watson. So Deshaun Watson had his the way I have a soundbite for him.
Is that important though?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Had his press conference the other day, and to put it lightly, it did not go well.
I have not seen this.
I've seen a lot of
I have
articles.
not seen this.
So
I haven't seen the actual press conference. I just
Okay.
read headlines and articles
I didn't
about
hear
it.
about it until this morning. So
no,
shame on
it was
me.
like little stuff like, Deshaun said, I'll do whatever it takes to redeem myself. Basically, I'll do whatever it takes for people to be able to gain their trust again.
Oh,
And
that press conference.
yeah, and then for the Browns, and he said that, he said all those things, and then someone asked, "Do you think you have a problem? Do you think you need to seek counseling?" Because he was like, "Well, I've had maybe in 5 years 40 massage therapists," and they said that sounds like a lot because teams provide you a massage therapist. You just call the team, and he seemed like he was totally unprepared for that line of questioning. And then someone said, "So, do you think you're going to seek counseling for whatever happened?" And he was like, I don't have a problem. I've never disrespected anybody. All this stuff was on the up and up. I don't have a problem, so I don't need to do that." And then they came back and said, "But you said you'll do anything to gain people's trust. So why would you not seek counseling?" And he said, "Because I don't have a problem." And everyone said, "That sounds like an addict that says I don't have a problem." I don't know what he did or didn't do, but it's the wrong. He did not plan himself out very well. Like, his lawyers should have planned it out. They should have talked this stuff out before. He just,
Yeah. I and just like by you talking about me, I kind of agree with Marvin a little bit,
good point.
where he said prepared MFers, are the ones that are lying, which is true. Is like, if he really didn't think he didn't do anything wrong, then we were like, well, what am I preparing for? Like, if 1 + 1 = 2, then you don't need to study for the test, but then the test is, is like, is it though? Is it, and so you're like, yeah, it is. And it's, I get that. So I wonder if that is the case, or,
but what it is you're in the court of public opinion. And because you're a starting quarterback, sometimes you need to be a little prepared for things that are going on. Like, I study stuff for things that I do. And just because, even though I know the answer, I have to be prepared to answer it in the right way, so people understand. And I don't know. I think he should have been a little bit better prepared.
I agree,
especially because he knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was actually telling the truth, it's like what Tank and Marvin are saying. Like, how can you answer something that's not? I don't know. Like, you can't really answer something that you don't really think you're accused of, or maybe you are, but like, in his sense, he's not, right? You asked me something that I would totally didn't think about. I don't know. I feel like Marvin has a good point.
Yeah.
Those guys who are prepared, like, they are lying, but I don't know. We'll see, because if I know with what's coming up, like, is it technically over? Like, it's.
Well,
I don't really think
so.
All criminal stuff is totally over. Even I don't even think that. I
civil though.
I don't think he's gonna settle. From what I'm hearing from Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's gonna settle. I think he's gonna take all of them to trial.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, it's a touchy subject. And honestly, I kind of hate talking about it, to be honest, because I know that in a weird sense that some people might think this way, some people think another way, and he's still getting paid even with the suspension. So that's just one thing I just
because we don't know the answer. We don't know what really is going on. That's the truth.
Exactly.
We have no idea. But you are you're in the spotlight, so you need to be prepared for spotlight things. That's why you make so much money. The reason we make so much money because things are on TV, and because you're a persona, that it doesn't matter what it should be. That's what it is. So sometimes you do have to be prepared for those type of things, and you can't lie. You can't say, "Oh, he shouldn't have said, I'll do whatever I can to gain your trust back." He should have said, "I know I didn't do anything wrong, but I can't wait to show you my personality."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you said, with something like this, there's three kind of courts. There's the criminal, which he already got cleared from, civil, which it sounds like you heard like he's probably gonna fight it, and then court of opinion or public opinion. And the biggest one that is the public opinion, because facts don't matter. You know what I mean? Feelings matter. So it's how people feel. Whether if he's right or wrong, I don't know. That's the court to decide, and between the 22 women and him. But the public opinion is like, that's the hardest thing to do. And if anybody learned anything from Michael Vick, it's almost damn near impossible. Like you can serve your time, do what is right, do things better afterwards, and they're still going to see you as that, so I mean, you can break it down even deeper into race, blah blah blah, all this other stuff, but at the end of the day, a public figure, that's the hardest one to do. But
it is,
because he could be cleared from everything, and people are still gonna be upset, but yeah, like Martin said, it's a touchy subject. That's the kind of it's hard to navigate.
Really
I bet he'll be prepared next time. Oh hell yeah! I bet he will be.
Another microphone, he will be prepared. It's not even about all the whole everything else. It's also the contract. So when you're getting paid that much money, of course you're going to have to sit there and listen to all these people now. They're going to pretend like they want to talk about the contract, but they're going to try to dive into these personal issues again.
Yeah.
Especially in the offseason. That's just what it is. And the first time you meet in the Cleveland media, that's just what it is. So, and I hate to say this, but the truth is, once football starts, this is going to take on the back burner.
Man, it's already started technically.
Or the actual game playing. When people are throwing around the ball in pads, when that starts,
when that happens, then all this, he has to get through the next 3 or 4 months, and then
we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we'll see everyone in Cleveland's gonna be like, "Let's go."
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the first touchdown pass, like Marvin said, it's gonna be that first 60-yard touchdown pass to like Landry or somebody, or who did they get recently?
Oh my God, Marvin.
Yeah, that's what's up, dude. Deshaun should use the old Hillary Clinton method: stay calm and rehearse. I think that's just the politician method.
That might be bad too.
Pull out the Bill Clinton. I did not have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely right.
Is this a thing now? It's like every generation, like there's some crazy sexual allegation that that you find out years later. I don't know. All right, man. Let's move on to something a little bit more.
Let's talk about more football now.
Yeah. You want to do Tyreek Hill or Dolphins?
I do Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill leads you to the Dolphins. You traded it to him.
That kind of the same.
Kind of same, more or less.
It's more the question is the Chiefs and the Dolphins, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that changes both teams in a really crazy perspective. Like Mahomes, I'll lead off with the Chiefs. Because I know the Dolphins are going to talk a little bit more. But this changed the Chiefs' offense so much. Now we are left with the recent trade of Juju, the old Kelsey, and they just signed Ronald Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to think.
I think that's a great sign.
Yeah, and I think it's a good sign. Maybe this can revamp his career, because a lot of people were fading him due to the fact that Bruce Arians didn't really use him that way, and he fumbled, so that kind of like changed things with him. I'm trying to think of this other receiver that Coleman or something like that was a high prospect before. Can't remember his
but they
first
also
name.
got they got MVS too. I mean, so I mean,
Yeah, and MVS. Thank you, Braden.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, Jimmy said Tyreek is going to regret leaving KC.
I think KC's going to be okay, but I think when you have a quarterback that has a 10-year contract like that with all this money, you're going to have to be creative. And you know what? The truth is, you probably can't pay Tyreek. I know they want to, but if you can't come to an agreement and your receiver wants to make $30 million a year, you can't have $70, $80 million for two people.
Mm-hmm.
The entire cap is $12 million. Can't. It's just you literally cannot build your team. And you also have Travis Kelce, and you just paid your left tackle. I mean, there's not enough money for you to be able to do it. So I think what the Chiefs did, though it's tough timing, was probably a good move because we have a draft coming up, and we have 12 receivers that just ran sub 4.44.
Yeah,
they're not Tyreek Hill fast, but you got MVS. You have Juju Smith-Schuster, which is the bargain of all bargains for $3.25 million. Which is unbelievable. I mean, you get a solid receiver for that. That's unbelievable. And then you get a rookie a receiver that's going to be fast. And you still have Hardeman. You have a lot of things still there. And I think they made the best of a bad situation.
Yeah.
Especially for 5 picks for one guy. Wow.
But they're going to struggle for a little bit. I think they're going to struggle for a little bit. It changes it, but I'm not worried about them. People are strongly saying, "Oh, they're going to be the worst one in the division." I still think that if you look at, and I think I said this last week, or I said this to somebody, I can't remember. Andy Reid is a great coach. He's molded. He takes his pieces. He's the only one coach that I truly believe that he evaluates his team and changes his offense to the skill set that he has on his team. Now, without the speedster Tyreek Hill, this does change the pace of the offense. The those 50-yard, 60-yard bombs are probably out of the question now. Like, that's probably not going to happen. That could potentially happen, but
MVS could still do those things. MVS
still changes the way they are going to run their offense. MVS is not Tyreek Hill. Can he do some of that? But it's not consistent enough like Tyreek. It's going to change it regardless of the fact. Andy Reid, I truly believe, does this. People are saying ranked number 4 Chiefs. These other teams are going to blow them out. I still think that somehow, some way, they can do something about it. They need to fix that defense. That's what's hurting. I mean, there's a bunch of people that have a lot of draft picks to do it too.
But would you be surprised that they're 4th in their division next year? Would you be surprised?
I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm only saying that because I need to see what they do in the draft still.
The Raiders
are they going to be?
The Raiders were probably the 4th, right? They got Christian Jones and Devontae Adams, right? That's Christian Jones, Chandler Jones, and Devontae Adams, and that makes their team way better. And then now we saw what the Chargers done. I mean, you need me to hold up my sign for Khalil Mack? I mean, get Mike. I mean, they did so many. J.C. Collins. They did so many good things that team might be better now. And then we already know what Russell Wilson does to that Denver team. Would you really be surprised? And I understand them being 4th in that division doesn't mean they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I was like, whoever gets 4th is going to have over 10 wins. Like, I see all 4 of these teams have over 10 wins, which is crazy. So do you see like the worst team in that division being like 12-5, 11-6, somewhere around there? But
I think we're going to be 10-7 because they're going to lose to the other teams. A tier like 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, 13-4. Like, it's going to go like just like that.
One game apart.
Yeah, one game between all of them, and they're all going to be in the playoffs, which is crazy because the AFC got so much better because Tyreek Hill's now in the Miami Dolphins.
You're saying, did they lose Frank Gore and Honey Badger too? Also, what if they try for OBJ?
I
I don't know if they're gonna try. Yeah, I don't think they don't need OBJ. I think OBJ wants to go back to Cleveland. But Frank Gore. I mean,
and
he's just a name at this point.
He didn't play last year, really. And
No.
Yeah, I have a Martin feels about him.
No.
Isn't like how many more seasons before he plays with his son in the NFL?
One more.
One more season?
I think so. One more. Assuming that he goes in and he starts his son starts playing right away. Look, are they? Would I be surprised? I don't know, because I feel like of these four teams, they have the best. Like, look, I'm telling you, Andy Reid is a very smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people they have the best coach in that division, which is a very solid, strong point to saying. Like, you can't argue with me that he is not the best coach in that division. Like, you know,
I mean, yeah,
he has the
he's
best.
Definitely one of the best in the league. You know, I mean,
oh yes,
hands down.
He's the second best in the league. So saying that he's the best in that division is like a no-brainer. Yeah. No
so. And it's like what Jimmy's saying, and he would be surprised. They went to the AFC Championship games 4 years straight, but have the fourth best receiving core now.
Do they have the fourth best receiving core? I don't know. I think we're really undervaluing what Juju Smith-Schuster is, what Travis Kelce really is. ABS is a solid receiver, and then if you get someone in the draft along with Hardeman, I don't know if it's yeah.
What exactly what I was leading to. Like I said, I need to see what they do in the draft. I need to see what's going to happen, because easily, if they get Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Treylon Burks, Chris Olave, Jahan Dotson, any of those guys would land in the Chiefs. Easily going to be the number 1, number 2 target.
Wow.
With Kelce and Juju.
Kelce gone.
So
I think Garrett Wilson is not just a number 1. I mean, he is a star waiting to happen. Garrett Wilson.
He is. He really is.
I don't think he gets past Cleveland 13. I really don't.
I don't think so. But you never know. You see surprise trades. You see surprise every year. There's always some crazy move that something happens, and people trade up. Organizations trade up to get a certain player that they want. The Chiefs are in a very good spot to trade up for these. They have assets. They have these draft picks that other crappier teams can utilize these picks in order to
watch him out. Down. Olave's not going to the Chiefs. Come on, watch him out.
That could be. I
could see it too, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, that's the thing though. Like, they're in a very good spot, and people don't realize. Like, yes, they're like towards the back end, 29 and 30, but they can easily trade up that 30th pick to somewhere 15th if they give them a first and a second. Because guess what? They're still going to have the 29th pick. They're still going to have another second round pick. They're still going to have 2 more third round picks and 2 more fourths and 4 sevenths. I know the seventh isn't really like sexy or anything about it. Like I said, 7th pick, but you could get yourself a gem, and you never know. But I'm saying they can still easily rearrange the draft. The Chiefs are in a very good spot.
I mean, the Bucks is I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Tom Brady? I mean,
it doesn't matter what you want.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, as a rookie draft, yeah, you have really not that much control, but still. But yeah, man, yeah. Like Martin said, this is gonna be a good draft.
I got a question.
I think good.
Would you trade or would you stay with 29-30? Especially if you 29-30, you could get what's his name? Was Jameson Williams? If you get him from Alabama with your 29-30 pick and stash him away until he's ready, that's Tyreek Hill like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's That guy is that explosive, that type of explosion. Remember when Tyreek Hill was coming out of the draft?
I wouldn't. That injury is going to push him down potentially to the second round. Potentially, Jameson Williams. I don't know how teams will evaluate that. I think that Treylon Burks is going to move ahead of him. I think Jameson Williams will go down to the early second.
But can't you, since you have 29 and 30, you can get both guys.
I don't think they would do that. I don't think any team would go back to back. Like unless you're the Raiders, who
Which I don't
go.
think the Raiders did either.
Yeah, they did it with the same year with Edwards and Ruggs. And some other they did it back to back, which is dumb.
Right.
Like, why? Look, and then both of them failed anyways because they don't know how to draft. They really don't. But I would not. If I was the Chiefs, I would not go back to back receivers, and I would probably pick Treylon Burks over Jameson Williams. And if he's still there, second round, which the Chiefs don't really have much. I think their first round pick is like the 50th pick in Miami, so that's 20 picks later. I don't think he'll be there, but I wouldn't. They need someone now, not someone later.
Do they really though? That's what I'm saying. With Hardman, with MVS, with
I'm not even taking Hardman, and I'm not.
But Hardman. I'm saying for a year, would it be worth it to get Jameson Williams?
Yes, they need, and here's why they need somebody now. They're in a very good. It's a young team. Everyone's still like in a good contract right now. They are in a win now mode, because at sooner down the road, like 2-3 years from now, a lot of those guys are going to run out of their contracts. A lot of them, like Patrick Mahomes, is the main key here. He is in his prime right now. Are you going to tell me you're going to wait when you have a prime QB? He is at his best peak.
Young.
Yeah, I get it. That's what I'm saying. That the next 4 years, they have to win now.
For a year, you get another superstar. Like, hey, I mean, like you go back to back, you go offensive tackle, wide receiver, and you get him. I don't know if that'll be bad. I don't know if that would be bad, but we'll see what happens either way it goes.
I'm not trying to wait for my QB to get old for all this. I'm trying to get it now.
Yeah, we know that in Chicago. Like, we're gonna keep waiting for the QB, or we finally get a QB and like, oh well, now we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Yeah. We said good organizations with good GMs and good coaches make good decisions. They gave one of the best orgs a bunch of chips. Yeah.
All right. So, but on the other side of that coin, guys, what do you think about what Miami did?
They're giving everything Tua needs. If they're giving everything that Tua needs in order to succeed,
do you think he will?
And I said this Wednesday on my show. I said that it's going to be very different for Tyreek. It's going to be an adjustment period for Tyreek. Yes, he's one of the best receivers in the league, but he has never had a left-handed quarterback. People don't realize. People don't realize that as a receiver or as a tight end, any type of ball pass catcher, there has to be enough velocity into that ball for it to, stick to your gloves. And I'm not going to say gloves because that's just the new age. Like you hardly see anybody out there without gloves. So the ball's going to spin differently. He's used to the spiral spinning different. So from a right-handed quarterback, his left hand's always the strongest point because it takes most of the impact where the right hand covers it. Now it's going to be the opposite direction. Now I understand. And it's going to take some time, and there's some receivers that just don't adjust to it.
Yeah.
Or it takes weeks.
Thinking this way, it goes the opposite way. It really can mess your hands up. You're just not prepared for that. It's weird. And I don't know if Tua's arm is strong enough.
Yeah,
he could. Oh, look, if he can. The problem is, if he's seen, we haven't seen this yet because he hasn't had a deep threat yet. He's never been able to. He barely has any seconds back there. Look, I still believe in Tua. Look, I watched Tua in college ball. The dude has an arm.
Think
But
so? I don't know.
yes, he still has an arm. But the problem is, ever since that hip injury, it hasn't been the same. So
Exactly.
is that hip injury has affected his game? Potentially, but this is the year we actually see a full healthy Tua. And if Tagovailoa can't do it this year, then he could potentially
Oh,
be a bust
he's a
next
backup.
season,
Yeah.
for sure.
I
And
think
and
that's
he's
why they
gonna
got
be
Teddy.
behind someone like stupid Daniels or something.
This is why
Well,
I
here
said
I saw.
they got Teddy. Exactly why they got Teddy
No.
Bridgewater.
I've
There,
seen that. Yeah, I've
that's
seen that.
yeah. I sent
There's
that
a
to the group. So
there's a better one though.
is
I
there?
know this. There is, but
Is
I
it?
know you guys will cry about it because you're all Bears fans. But there is a whole clip, and if you haven't seen it, I will somehow find it and throw it in the chat today. But
I don't think I
there's a
saw
whole
it.
clip of Mooney going out for deep balls, and the balls are just landing everywhere. He's running out different teams, different weeks, different games, but it says this is how Tyreek's season's gonna be with Tua. And it's funny because you can see Mooney just running, and then the ball's like 6 yards away from him, like nowhere near him, because they're talking about his inaccuracy. And that's the thing. Like Tua has an arm, but his accuracy could be changed. I don't know, but this is the year we're gonna have to see that. This is it for Tua. And I've said like Daniel Jones, we said this about him, but I'm gonna give him a mulligan for last season because everybody was hurt. Everybody was hurt. Look, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody was hurt. He had no line. This is now his third year evaluation. After
Game
this
9,
year, he's gonna
Tyrod Taylor takes over.
Hmm?
Game 9,
Oh.
Tyrod Taylor takes over. Daniel Jones is not the answer. If he's the answer, you don't know the question. That's it.
Jeez. Jimmy said Miami knows Tua isn't the answer, but they're giving him a chance. But next season, I think they have a new QB.
But where they gonna get it? They don't have any picks.
Yeah, they give it all away.
They did the LA Rams. They said F those picks. I'm getting Tyreek Hill. That's what they're talking about. So
They still have first round picks the next season, don't they?
next
I think they do.
next year, do they have next year? Yeah, I
I'm
think
pretty
you're right.
sure they
They
do.
gave them this year's first rounder. They gave it this year's third, fifth, and it's only a fourth and sixth next year, I believe. Actually.
I have to look, but I'm pretty sure they have picks following season because they made a trade last season for multiple picks. I can't remember what it was, but yeah.
But that'd be interesting. Or do you want to go on to the last little bit mini game? Since we're already talking about drafting and picking and all that good stuff.
It's up to Martin.
My another mini game for me.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about.
Or you want to just do some more news and save the game for next week?
Let me roll my eyes real quick. Hold on. Well, I know Brian's gonna roll his eyes, but I heard next season Miami might be possible for Brady. Whatever.
Yeah, that's where he's gonna go retire. He's already got his beach home. He's going to Miami.
Tagovailoa does pass deep 20 yards downfield and longer. PFF is deep ball percentages 52.9%, the second best behind only Murray.
Oh, thank you, Braden.
Wow.
Thank you, Braden.
Numbers.
This is why he's part of Dynasty Pylon. All right, that's my guy.
That was only 4 passes. As you said, no one there was a deep threat. There's only 4 passes. Like he hit 2 of them. That doesn't count.
Look, dude, he has an arm. That's my thing that we just haven't seen it in the NFL because he hasn't had real actual deep threat weapons.
I feel like when he had
Devontae Parker, get out of here, man. Get out of here. Yeah, but they haven't given him anything like.
And my thing is, I feel like the hip injury is in his mind. I don't think it's much of his arm. I think it's in his mind, and he's not going to step into the throws like he needs to. Because you're right, in college he did throw the ball. He had an arm. But I feel like he doesn't step into those passes anymore. I think he's afraid to. I mean, it might be for good reason.
It might be his last season as a starter. That's the thing. Everything's going to be rely on this season. And
I mean-
I do not see them make playoffs. It's
No.
too many new pieces, too many. Everything's new. They still have to mesh, and they still have to hope for the best
It's too many
to
good
get that chemistry.
Oh my god. I
It
mean,
won't
They would
develop
have
until
to-
like later.
Yeah, they would have to win that division to make the playoffs, and that's not going to happen with the Bills
I
there.
think the Bills or the
No, the
Patriots.
Bills are
Yeah.
just not going to.
I think the
Yeah.
Patriots.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, yeah, the Pats are
Bills.
always going to be good.
Patriots, Jets somehow get lucky. Somehow, I don't know why. Maybe this is the season. I don't think so.
Saying,
There you go. He was a little bit too early. He was a year too early with the 8 wins.
8 wins. I mean, the Jets have done a lot of moves. They've done a lot of good things. I think they will be a better team. They could have 3 times as many wins as they won last year. Which is not saying anything. So.
I don't know.
That's funny, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like it's hard to fight numbers, but also numbers can be misleading at times. You know, like you said, like his deep completion percentage. How many passes? Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't have a deep ball, catcher. So I mean, it can't be all the time. Aaron Rodgers might have a lower percentage, but Aaron Rodgers is a much better deep ball thrower. I mean,
he's throwing like at least a handful, 40 plus a game.
Yeah, but when Tua was also throwing, he had Devontae Smith, Waddle, and freaking who's the other one? There's one more I can't even think of it right now. But he had better, faster receivers then.
That's true.
Compared to what he had now.
Yeah,
and that's the difference.
We'll see. I mean, and really, we'll have to see. But I don't know if he is the guy. I think that's why they got Teddy Bridgewater and paid him all that money, because they don't know if he's the guy.
Your backup Bridgewater.
But which I'm saying, I mean, I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater's not going to get the deep ball throws. I mean, he's not going to complete any passes.
Thank you.
Ruggs.
College.
You're right. Yeah, Ruggs.
To me, college doesn't count. I don't know. I mean, was Tom Brady the greatest college player ever? But to me, that's why I don't look as much as you guys do into college, because it's a good thing. Like, oh, look, he did that. It was like, yeah, but it's a new game now. You went from little league to high school. Like, it's there's levels, and every level, what you did the previous level doesn't really matter that much. It's more of a resume builder than an actual thing. You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. It's because it's 2 different levels of competition. It's just how it is. So I don't know, but that's how I feel about college. That's why I don't know nothing about college, and you guys know a lot. I really don't care. I mean, for a bunch of other reasons as well. But yeah.
I guess to a point.
Yeah, go ahead. Mark.
But I to a point. But it's like the same reason why I'm still on Sam Howell's train. I still think Sam Howell's going to be a lot better than what people are saying, and a lot of people aren't talking about him. But a lot of people are saying Sam Howell's not great, blah blah blah. But dude, when you take this man's weapons away from him, it's like what freaking Hammer did to what's his face. He's like, take his boots, now take his bird. I just took your boots and your bird. Now what? That's exactly what they did to Sam Howell, and this is exactly what too. And he doesn't have his bird or his boots. You can't do anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll see. I still want to see what happens.
I agree that. I agree with that.
College, the best player, the most talented player usually can change the team. And I don't know if Sam Howell is talented enough to change a team. Is he good enough to be a steady quarterback? But you're not drafting him to be your franchise quarterback right now.
None of these
what you saw.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you have Malik Willis. You don't know what he might be. That's why I think he's jumped in front of him. not because of what he's done, but the potential. And all these great quarterbacks now that all these that are out, they are dual threats. They can run the ball, they can throw the ball, they're quick, they have great arms. That's what you're looking for too. So potential works.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll get into that.
I'm right there with you, Martin. And this year's got to be the year. It has to be the year. If he gets injured again, then he falls in that category of injury prone. If he doesn't perform, then he falls under that category as he's going to be a backup. So, and then if he does good, he does good. But this is the year. Whatever happens is going to set the rest of his career. And I wonder if he knows that. Does he know that this is the year he can't get injured and he can't play bad?
It might be.
Yeah, I
might be.
think they told him all last year. This is it.
Yeah.
His coach was trying to get rid of him the whole year. So I'm pretty sure they know.
Oh yeah, that's right. The coach was like, I don't want him. He's trash.
So if he turns out to be trash, he'll be like, yeah, I told you. Yeah.
Shit, where's he at now?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Linebacker coach.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to? We'll see. How about we save the game for next week?
Yeah, it's really good. So I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, I don't want to go too quick because we already.
I mean, eventually So it's basically the game of the draft. Like I've done this last year, and I actually did it by myself. So I figured it'd be fun doing it with other people.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's basically a mock draft of the upcoming rookies that are coming in, and you basically predict on what you think you're gonna. Now it's still 5 weeks out, so a little less than 5 weeks now, I think. So it should be fun.
It's exactly almost exactly
because it's April 28th is when the first day.
Yeah. So we'll be all right. I mean, it's just like I said. I wanted to do it. I know last week I brought that tier game with us. And we started that about now-ish, and then we ended up ending at an hour 30.
Hour later.
Yeah.
So I know if I bring this game in, it'll change the perspective of it, because I figured we were gonna do about 5 teams. And then I was going to choose the 5 teams that we hardly talk about on this show.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Give me
Philly.
Say what? Just give me Philly so I can have 3 picks.
No. But yeah, no. I mean, we could do maybe 1 team, but again, we'll probably end up going forever about it. But
let's save it, and then we'll start right off the bat. We'll start with that, because I think all the major moves are done. Why I named today's show, all the big moves are kind of done. There's really no one left on the free agency roster that is going to make a big splash.
I think Bobby Wagner is going to be
the one I'm waiting for, man.
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
that's the one.
He's the last one. So I assume next week we'll probably talk about him for a minute or two, and then we'll move on to the game.
That's the one I need to know.
How is he still out there?
I don't know. But that's the one I've been waiting on, because he's on my Dynasty team.
Oh,
he's on my IDP, and everyone's like, "Oh, you should probably just let him go. He's old." I'm like, "Yeah, but he's still productive."
Bobby Wagner, if he goes to Indianapolis, or even if he comes to Chicago, or if he goes to Dallas, or if he goes to Denver, those teams, he would be great. He would be great in those situations.
But he wants to stay in the NFC West, though.
So I typed him up, and the first 3 out of the 4 articles are Ravens.
Get the hell out.
And then Eagles. Those are the first 4 articles that popped up.
No, are you kidding me? Ravens?
Bobby Wagner visits the Ravens. Wagner's a no-brainer for Ravens if price is right. 2 moves that prevented Eagles from aggressively pursuing Bobby Wagner. And Wagner leaves Rams, visits Ravens. Lamar gets honest on Bobby Wagner rumors.
Lamar wants them. That's why.
Okay.
Lamar wants them. Lamar got Moses. He got Moses at offensive tackle. If he gets Bobby Wagner, they had a good offseason there. they had a good offseason. That's what that would be. It'd be a good offseason.
They haven't done anything. They
They
haven't
got
done anything.
their left tackle, Moses Brown.
Was that what? Oh yeah, you're right. Okay,
Yeah,
you just mentioned that too. But other than that though, it was really like
really quiet.
I felt like they should have went after one of these receivers, right?
I agree. I don't know.
Like,
yeah, they really should have.
They can't. Boykins is not a slot receiver. I'm sorry. No. Bateman, I still think I believe in him. It's just again, we didn't really see much of him because he was hurt. But when he did play, he still produced somewhat. And Brown, we don't even know what's going on with him. Like,
yeah, but you should call it. They're talking about trading him, and he wasn't having. Miller wasn't having any part of that. He said, what was the tweet?
About Brown?
Yeah, they're talking about Hollywood Brown trade, and Lamar Miller is like, ain't no way in hell, basically. You do that, I'm out.
I just don't see because there's so much that needs to happen with Lamar, and if Lamar reconstruct because they haven't signed him yet, right? He still needs to get signed. I mean, more than likely, look. The NFL either all the general managers started playing fantasy football lately, but there's been so many moves. There's been so many freaking moves. There's been so many freaking I love this offseason. Like this is exactly what I love for. Like I live for this.
This is a fun offseason.
Excuse my friends real quick, sir, but hell no.
But it's just been the craziest offseason. It's still not over yet. Like it's the craziest like free agency signing is how I should label it. Because right now they can still make moves. They can still make moves just before the draft. And there's always gonna be a move just before the draft. It happens every year. The day before the draft, somebody does something somewhere. And it changes the whole perspective. Like the Eagles and the 49ers did it a day before, an hour apart, changed the entire draft. And we're going to see it happen again. I guarantee you it. And things could potentially happen during the draft. So they might trade somebody in the middle of the draft to get up. Do we see Jimmy G finally going somewhere? I mean, there's not many places to go because it seems like all the teams have just accepted their new roles, their new quarterbacks that they've changed.
Yeah.
I still expect the Steelers to kind of bring somebody in just in case.
A fourth quarterback?
They're going to cut one of those. They
yeah, I know that for sure.
They have to.
I think that they're going to go draft somebody. Steelers are going to get Malik. They're going to do whatever they can to get Malik Willis. They're going to do whatever they can to do it.
There's mock drafts out there that the Lions are going after Malik Willis in like the very beginning.
Really? Number 2?
I've seen mock drafts. I've seen mock drafts with Malik Willis going that freaking high. I thought it was crazy, but I mean, I've seen mock drafts out there with it. And at number 2, I was like, damn, that's high as hell.
I still think Kenny Pickett's going to be the first guy off the board. I'm first quarterback off the board. I think Washington Kenny Pickett. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen at 10. And then at 10, it's a crapshoot. You don't know what's going to happen. Some people like Matt Corral, and people like Malik Willis. I don't know if Matt Corral goes down to, I don't know who's 15, 16. I don't know.
15th and 16th.
Philly, right?
Is Philly, yes. Both of them. 15th and 16th is Philly.
So I don't think Pittsburgh has to worry about Philly taking Malik Willis, but they could. They could.
Because the Eagles are notorious of getting freaking quarterbacks there.
That's what they do,
they also have the 19th.
I know. So they could. I think they have to package 2 of them. Don't you think they have to package 2 of them to move up higher? If they have a guy they want,
they're gonna do something. Like they have 3 first-round draft picks. They're gonna do something. They will do something. They did it last year. They're gonna do it again.
Do you move up to like 12 or 13 and go get? As I said, I think Garrett Wilson is a number one great receiver. I think that's what. And when you have him with the Slim Reaper on the other side, oh boy, wow.
I don't know. I think what's gonna happen is they go. Oh, I think they're gonna trade somewhere, somehow.
And get what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they need help on that defense. Like I think at that point it becomes a point of are they gonna get best available because they have 3 picks that are just right there. So do you get your first 2 best available and then get what you need, or do you get your corner that you've been desperately needing, get that edge, and then with the 19th pick get best available? Like they're in that spot.
Or get Burks or Olave.
I think Burks would be fit real nice because the other 2 receivers are kind of like speed. Yeah. They're supposed to be the speed guys. Look, Jalen Reagor, I don't even know what to say about him anymore. They really like it. It was just like I don't know. This year, if he doesn't do anything, then I'm done with Jalen Reagor.
He's gonna be one of those guys that just
he's gonna
2 games.
Who's the guy who's been all over the place? He went from Vikings to Falcons to somebody else. Damn.
Oh, I know.
Starts with an L. Raiden, where you at? I know. Starts with an L. Receiver, first-round draft pick. Who?
Laquan Treadwell? From a Treadwell?
Yes.
Yeah.
That guy.
He has all his talent. You just gotta go from place to place to place to place because you're a journeyman guy. That's you have the talent, you can't put it together.
So that could be potentially Rager's career. We don't know, but I don't know if they trade down or they trade up. Do they get Jameson Williams now and Garrett Wilson, and then next year they roll both of them out? Because if they get Jameson Williams now, they won't have to worry about it because they know they have a solid receiver coming up for the following season or later in the season, and they get their now guy, Garrett Wilson. So they have Devontae Smith, Garrett Wilson, Reagor, and then next year they'll have Williams, Wilson, Smith, and then whoever that third pick for 19, that could be a potential.
You get a edge rusher or something like that.
Yeah. They get freaking I don't know who's
from Georgia.
I was thinking the Purdue George Karlaftis or whatever. Yeah. Karlaftis. Something like that. Because I think the Georgia guy's gonna be gone.
I mean, you also get was it Ojabo from Michigan too? I think he'll still be there.
Yeah, but didn't he? Who was the lineman that recently just busted up his knee? Somebody in the pro day like last week just busted up their knee, and they're done.
I thought it was a receiver though.
No,
it was a DT.
It was a DT. Oh yeah,
or not DT, but it was an
edge guy. Yeah,
edge guy. Yeah. Let me look.
Now that's the one where like everyone was just walking around. No, that was the acute. Yeah.
No, they just kind of.
That's another one.
Ojabo. Isn't that who you just said? Isn't that who you just said? Yeah, Ojabo was the one who just recently, during his pro day.
Wow.
So because he was like the number 2, number 3 coming up. Yep, there you go. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Brady.
And I mean that made like news because like everyone was just walking around him as he's on the floor like
he's in pain
holding his injury. Yeah.
If you play college football, they just move the drill. All right, move the drill. Keep it going. Go on the other side and just walk away.
Yeah.
That's literally how it goes.
We'll see. I mean, we'll do this draft here, this mock draft next week. We'll start the show with that.
Yeah.
I guess I can host it. I guess if you want.
I like that.
And then give Tank a break from hosting every show.
So anytime
It's a
you
lot
guys
of
wanna
work,
do
man.
something,
It's a lot of
anytime
work.
you guys want to take something over or do your own, like run your own idea kind of thing, I'm down, man.
You're the boss, man.
Yeah. But you guys want to do so? Yeah, I got that. There is a few things I want to do. I just gotta make it. I'm gonna do more of those tier lists. You
I
know,
got
we
you
can
on
definitely
that.
do that with like running backs, receivers. That should be like easy ones, stuff like that.
Okay.
We can even do like defenses, overall defenses. So you know, a lot of the tier lists are fun and they do well. Like just tier lists in general do well on YouTube. So that's definitely something replayable.
AFC. I want to know what you guys think about who's the top tier, the second tier, the tertiary tier of the AFC. That they have their 14, 15 teams deep. Like any of them can make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they got
they all
one
have
whole division
because they all have
because they have quarterbacks.
I mean, we're not talking about Cincinnati.
Even Matt Ryan's in there now.
Yeah, there you go.
Screw this league. I'm going over. Like AFC. How'd I miss him already?
Oh, Marcus doesn't do it for you. Mariota doesn't do it for you.
I gotta see it. I like the guy. I'm pretty sure he's a cool guy. I'd have a beer with him. But you know,
I'm pretty sure he's gonna be really good for 8 games, and then he's gonna get hurt.
And I hope not. But Mark brought something up last week, and he said that this definitely puts him in the mindset that we've all seen it, that they're in rebuild mode.
Mm-hmm.
Now the loss of him, that really puts him in that mindset where I've been saying this for the past 2 seasons. Hey, look, you guys need to start rebuilding now, but they keep holding on to these and look what we did. We got freaking another old ass running back, Damian Williams.
Yeah.
Like, no, he might be okay. I mean, you couldn't afford anything else.
Don't understand that we
capped it. Oh my!
I get it, but we keep doing this to ourselves and bringing this busted ass running back who's been used up by his previous team.
Yeah,
I
don't want to talk about them anymore.
Well, so does Atlanta then go get a wide receiver now in the draft?
They have to. They automatically have to. At some point, they have to, because
you don't go first. Because you got what, number 7 or 8? Is it 7? 7 because Giants are 8.
So we have the 8th.
You have the 8th. Okay.
Yes, and we have 2 seconds. I have a feeling that we'll end up maybe getting the first with the receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Kyle Pitts is not.
He can't be by himself. He's not a one-man show.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Look, it's you know, his value fantasy might be good, but here it could either be a good thing or a bad thing, because the good thing is he's going to be the main target as of now before the draft. But it's also a bad thing because teams will now lock onto him because he's the only target.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens when he's the only target. Not everybody is Devontae Adams. So it's like you you know, it's going to change that. They have to get another weapon to relieve some of that stressful pressure that they're going to put on Kyle Pitts by himself.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And Braden saw Atlanta takes Pickett at 3.
I've seen Malik Willis at their first round pick. Malik, like that, I've seen that. I've seen Malik Willis go to Atlanta for the very first 8th overall pick. Look, Malik Willis is definitely established himself at his pro day and the combine.
Everyone sees that arm and knows how athletic he already is, and they all dream I can mold him into this thing that people will just be talking about forever. I don't know how that often actually happens, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, we have the picks.
Yeah, but we have
9 picks to somehow make some type of goodness for it. But It is what it is.
You can't sign anybody because you ain't got no money. Not till next year.
That's very true.
That's so rough. And well, shit, yeah, you guys got Ryan Pace, so good luck with that.
Oh my god! That means draft a wide receiver. He's gonna be hurt. He's gonna be injured. He's gonna have like
we're -3 under, so someone's gonna reconstruct something, or you've got to go. And I swear, if it's probably gonna be Deion Jones, it's probably gonna be him. But
yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I think Malik Willis. Houston's a very interesting thing because I don't know. They're stupid, so you can like trade with them stupidly. Like just Philadelphia could go to 3, and say, hey, we'll give you just 2 first rounders for your number 3, even though it's worth so much more. I have no respect for anything that Houston could do. I think that they'll make the dumbest trade. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What they did? You look back at that Bill O'Brien and realize what they did.
Bill O'Brien
for a second rounder. For a second rounder, you saw they got 5 picks for Tyreek Hill. Really?
Yeah.
That's why he got fired.
Yeah,
get out of here! You're stupid.
Oh. All right. Well, I gotta get going.
No, and go ahead, end it, man. We're hit that hour mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we hit that hour mark already. I don't know if there's any. I know there's other stuff you guys want to talk about. So I'm not even gonna ask that question. So, but yeah, exactly. But next week we'll do the draft kind of game that Martin had lined up. That took David Johnson's contract. Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna have a few more other games, a few more tier list stuff, and then the draft in a month. And that's gonna be fun. Hopefully, I think we should do another like live show, like while we watch at least the first round or something. That was pretty fun last year. So we'll definitely do something like that again on a Thursday.
We'll do that mock draft game that I had planned up for 2 weeks from now because fuck. I'm going deployment. No, I have training next weekend.
Okay.
We'll do it 2 weeks from now.
Sounds good. Yeah. So we'll do that. We got stuff lined up now. But yeah, definitely the next big event is a month from now with the NFL draft. So until then, we'll just kind of hang out and talk all this other stuff, play some games, and then after the draft, we'll start breaking down divisions a little bit. And then take it from there. But cool. Anything else, guys?
No. Football is just all year long. It's always something else going on.
Telling people this, they're like, "Oh yeah,
never ends." In a good way. In a good way, it never ends. So real quick, here's our schedule for anybody watching. So if you want some more football, the next football show is Tuesday on the Panda Grizzly on the Nerd Huddle, and then Wednesday we got Dynasty Pylon on the Dynasty Pylon channel. We got that going on. And are you guys still gonna start doing your lunch hour again, or maybe until after the draft?
School has been crazy.
Yeah,
I've been trying to. I almost did actually last week, Thursday, Friday, but I just found out Mark is in Texas. And I found out through the guy in the chair. Like, what? I'm like, okay, well, all right.
Yeah,
anyways, go ahead.
So, but we'll get all that stuff situated. But I mean, I know you guys have shorter videos of rookies, your rookie like reviews and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that and get ready for the draft, definitely check out Dynasty Pylon. And then every Sunday right here, Morning Spike. But cool, guys. I did get one quick soundbite for what for Braden said. Where is it? Is it that one?
Yeah.
It shows. Oh, they're not playing. Of course, it freezes right when I need it to freeze.
Yes.
Never mind. All right, let's get out of here, man. That's the sign. That's the sign. System crash. Let's get out of here. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week. Later.
Yeah.